me see those receipts, baby. I'm ready to clock into the bank factory.
Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to be talking about Rachel again. Um, I think this might be the last time we kind of talk about her, if slash when, like until she does something like stupid again, or if more screenshots come out. But I was in Charlie Gold's live stream for a while last night, and it doesn't seem like she's gonna release all of them. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, and speaking of the live stream, I did want to say, like, just thank you so much to Charlie Gold, the mods, and everyone in the chat. Like, y'all were incredibly sweet last night. Like, they were shouting out a bunch of smaller creators who've been kind of like speaking up on this topic where, maybe other people just aren't. Um, and yeah, just like linking all the small creators' channels. It was really sweet. It was really nice. It was good vibes in there. And yeah, it was great. So we love that. So let's get into this. And of course, we are going to cover Rachel's posts and I have a couple other little things, I think. So, anyway, also staying on topic, Rachel had started out by saying, I've always thought Charlie Gold is a twat. Also, Emily would probably have never told anyone, assuming about the money. She might have, but the stuff I know about her and the voice notes, etc., I have from her, she would have been very, very stupid to have told anyone about this. So she probably would never have. People are also forgetting I could have just paid her and it would also probably have never gotten out. I mean, like, maybe, except for the fact that you've been running your mouth in this Discord for who knows how long. You know? Anyway, she goes on to say also, and I know this is petty, but I make videos to make money, and none of these creators do it for any other reason, I'm sure. And if we compare Charlie's views to mine, I'm doing something right. It's just so gross. And that's what I was like trying to add. Like, are there really creators out here who really just do this only for the money? Like, do you even like this? Do you even like the audience? Do you even like anything you're doing? Or is it just like all entirely 100% disingenuous? Because I can sit here and confidently say many of you guys know my channel has been deleted like 3 times now, okay? And like the one of the worst parts about that is when you get that email, it says at the bottom like you're not allowed to make another channel. You're just done. And it's like heartbreaking because like what do you mean I'm not allowed to make videos anymore? Like what do you mean I'm not allowed to post on YouTube anymore? Like it's really not just about the money for I want to say a lot of us, right? Anyway, Hecticana said, yeah, and the people up in arms about it are either naive or stupid if they think we don't make videos for money. Listen, and then again, like, listen, nobody said that you weren't allowed to make money. Nobody said you weren't allowed to, like, profit from your hours of work. Nobody said that. And of course you're allowed to be happy about, who wouldn't be happy about, like, making money off something that they like doing and spend hours doing? Like, stop it. Stop. It's just so sad and like pathetic. Rachel says if you offered them the amount of money I've made off this, they would all do way worse things than offer someone money and they change their mind. Also, they're mainly all mad because she's a quote feeder and that stopped looking as likely as I thought. So hilarious how they think they know everything. Like, shut your hole, dude. Again, like I'm sorry, I keep like hyping this video. We are going to go over a forum that shows it's like 100% a fact. Thomas Salamis is a feeder. They are. Like like there's no getting around it. They I don't know if I have it, but I'm pretty sure I'll really do my best to find it. But I know for a fact there's a screenshot of one of her pages where one of the things she tagged that she liked was feederism. So, like, it's so dumb, so dumb. So I'm just, when I read this, I'm just like, is she just saying this to delude herself and, like, kind of try and deny to herself what she's done is wrong? Anyway, one of the viewers says, let them think what they want. Spend your evenings sipping from bottles of Taddy Bull, whatever. Surrounded by people who care about you. As you say, plenty of people have done less ethical things than pay a source in the pursuit of money. Those who haven't, it's often for the lack of opportunity rather than morality. I like snowflake method, Rachel. Like, this is just gross. This is just gross, and it really shows the kind of people that this group is that they can't, like, fathom, like I've said this about Amber, they can't fathom of, like, a different point of view because they think that they are the pinnacle of, like an average runner, like an average everyday person who's, like, normal and, like, semi good. So they think that this is normal. Like, no, it isn't normal. It's not good. Nobody likes this. The next screenshot, some other random person says, someone posted a picture of Rachel's wine story and said Emily is feeding Rachel now. Quote, Rachel is skinnier than Colleen, but that gives her more time to feed. I can't. I mean, yeah, what did you expect? Like, people, like, did you expect people not to sit here and make jokes after we find out that you're flirting and stuff? Or no, we didn't even know that they were flirting at the time yet. People were just like, they are that. Like, you just, like, they know. People know, okay? Like, we can see because they're not idiots. But of course, she says, idiots. Like, you're so dumb. Okay. Oh, I missed one. Some other person says Rachel better borrow Flake's mask and then she's in there. See, I don't know what all this means. And it makes me like, what did Snowflake do? Like, what has he been doing? Has he been paying Emily? I don't know. But I don't like what this is all alluding to. Anyway, Rachel says, like, idiots. I'll lean into it. Hilarious. I'm gonna go full Mr. Snowflake mode. Like, why do they keep bringing him up? What has he been doing? Just been being silent about stuff? Or, like, I don't get it. She says, I get paid whether they hate me or love me. Ha 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 ha. But do you though? Like, okay, here's the other thing. In, like, this community, right? This community, like, maybe she really doesn't like the audience because she doesn't seem to know them very well at all. Like, do you understand the lengths people will go to not give people a view in this community? Okay, because once people are done with you, they're done. They don't want to give you a view. They don't want to give you that click. They don't even want to give you a dislike because it's all engagement. Do you get that? Like, yeah, there will be some people who, like, click in just to, like, you know, be trolly and make jokes and stuff, but it'll never be, like, I just don't. It's not ever gonna, it's not the same anymore. It says as long as they watch you, it's all profit. Yeah, but they're not gonna watch anymore. Do you guys understand who this community is? The extents people will go to not give people a click is a lot. Right? So, like, I don't know. You really don't understand who your community was. And the next one, Rachel says, I just watched Charlie Gold's FFG video. Well, part of it. Another chatter says, Rachel says she's so mid. Like, sorry, but her content is so mid. Her says, ha, oh, I knew I liked you. And Rachel says she came for me, so I automatically dislike her. Like, side eye. How are... You bring up your philosophy degree, like, every 5 minutes, and yet you're gonna be like this? What is the philosophy behind automatically disliking anyone who comes for you. This name looks really familiar. I feel like I've seen this name a lot around Girl World. Rachel says, but if I was making that swill, I'd hate me too. She made a video about the Emily shit and was like, maybe you shouldn't have done it. No shit, Sherlock, it hardly needed a video. Oh my god. Girl. She really tried to sit here up in that last video where she was like trying to justify all this crap and like deflect. And she was like, I don't mind when people disagree with me. Like, what are you talking about? You right here. What is this? Oh my god. Anyway, Chatter says, I know she's jealous of the views, and Rachel says, it's been a good week, not gonna lie. No one's jealous, girl. Like, oh my god, way to sound like Amber. No one's jealous of the fucking views, dude. Okay, well, maybe Amber is jealous of the views. Alright. Hecticana is tagging Rachel, says, I'm going to make a video about this. I'm going to say I'm disappointed that you offered to pay, but I'm also going to point out that I don't know what I would do if it were me, because honestly, I'm not sure I could have resisted knowing how big the story would be, so I'm not going to be mean or anything. The story was not going to be that big. I mean, yeah, it was going to be entertaining, like, haha, everyone's going to sit around and, like, kiki about it, but, like, it really wasn't that big of a deal. Rachel just says, haha. And yes, please do. And Jawbone says, how could you, to Hecticana. Anyway, like, moving on. Jawbone at some point had said, I think Emily deliberately, quote, misunderstood the agreement to try and get you to pay her for all the videos, TBH. Chatter says she definitely got greedy. Rachel says, yup. Oh, well, then who cares? Jawbone says, double check with Flake, but the ankle definitely is public. So is Jordy. Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know if I, like, just missed the part of Charlie's live stream where maybe this was talked about. But, like, what does that mean?
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Okay, because I was, like, in and out at points last night because I was, like, editing and, like, trying to get one of my videos up and all that. Rachel says I could not have been clearer. Well, I don't know about that because at some point she was, like, had sent a bunch of messages and then deleted them. So, like, I don't know. Chatter asks, is Flake definitely public knowledge? Rachel says Flake might not be. Hecticana says, I won't mention Flake just to be safe. Says, I'm not sure my memory is almost as bad as his. Someone says, popular idiot, obese to beast, also riding the Rachel train. Yep, and they, like, show a screenshot of obese to beast video. Okay, whatever, I don't know what that's talking about. Studio Deets, this is the point where, like, they chime in and they say a 20-minute video could never actually cover what happened, which automatically means this is crap. Like, I'm sorry, what? And you know what this feels like? What this feels like is, it feels like Studio Deets seems like maybe she just feels like she's like a smaller creator in this space with a bunch of bigger ones, and I could see them like just trying to say anything to dick ride, basically, just to be on their good side, even though, like, because I don't know that they necessarily mean this, but they definitely still fucking said it in the pursuit of, like, dick riding, essentially. Because, like, how do you know that? It's 20 minutes is a long time to get, you can say a lot in 20 minutes. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Jawbone says, I'm avoiding other people talking about Rachel at the moment. I feel too close to the case. Alright, so that was the end of the the Discord screenshots that had come out. And again, like, even with more context, it literally did not help. It, if anything, it just makes it worse. Like, I don't understand what Rachel's big fucking point about this was. And she has to know it's not a good point either. Otherwise, she would just show it. She would just show the context that makes this better. But there is no context that makes this better. The context only makes it worse. Anyway, so we're going to move on to the next part of this, which I have prepared, which is like the little Beck section, because Rachel said that she was going to donate the money to Beck officially, even though it really seems like she really didn't fucking want to. Not just in the Discord messages, but also just like after that. And because Beck says in one of their posts, he said, I've seen a lot of comments about this. I haven't gotten a message from her, but it's okay if she wants to send it. She doesn't have to message me either. Right? And give me 1 second. And in Rachel's, one of her screenshots here in her last community post, she messaged the Instagram account of Beck's that has 2.2k followers or something. It was the smaller one, right? And I saw people talking about this on Reddit, and I don't have Instagram, right? But I was able to just go and search it on Google, and like this pops up right away in the Google results. Like, there's 2 accounts here. One of them is obviously way bigger, but it's like an art account, it looks like, right? But this was one of the comments I saw. So she also reached out to Beck's inactive Instagram with no profile picture or posts, and with outdated pronouns, when their active IG with 16k followers was right there. Oh wait, well, let me yeah. Okay, so no, even in Rachel's little thing here, yeah, it has no profile picture. It says 0 posts, and it clearly has less followers. And if I just searched that in Google results, I'm sure that she could see both accounts on Instagram. So again, it just really, really seems like she just did not want to give up the money. But she did, because Beck did make an update. They said, Rachel did PayPal me the money. Thanks everyone who let me know. This is going to help me out so much. I've set it all aside to pay for rent, Uber, medicine, food, and bills for the next 2 months. I applied for food stamps recently too, but with everything going on, I know that will be a slow process. I feel like I can relax while I heal, and I'm so grateful for that. So that's great. We love that. Okay, and now we're going to go over Rachel's most recent community post. She says, hi all, I hope everyone is well. No, you don't. You don't care. Now that Beck has confirmed that they are happy to receive the money via PayPal, I wanted to check before I sent it because I didn't want to cause any issues for them with insurance or subsidies. I have now sent it. Okay, and at least like that part, to be fair, I do understand that 100%, like wanting to reach out, right? To make sure that Beck didn't have any other like things going on. Because they did say at some point that they had taken people's advice, and I think they said they had a caseworker and they were getting insurance. And unfortunately in the US, like, we have a lot of like bullshit things where it's like, oh, you don't qualify for certain things if you have a certain amount of money. So like, it's all a big fuck you, right? You know, whatever. So I get that part, right? But why would you message the account, the Instagram that you messaged, if you really gave a fuck? At that rate, if you weren't sure which one it was, message both of them. Just go ahead and shoot one to both of them. Also, we'll get there. Don't want to get ahead of myself here. I wish them a safe surgery, a speedy recovery, and all the luck in the world. Shut up, you don't care. Edited to ad for those asking. This is the entire ad revenue from this video with no deductions. See post above. Oh, this is edited. Okay. So I was like, how would she know that? Like, okay. I want to add that this whole situation has been my fault. I said catty things I shouldn't have said about some of my fellow creators. I made inappropriate and flippant comments about the money I earn for my YouTube channel, when in fact I am overwhelmingly grateful for it and for every single one of my subscribers. Are you really though? Because you sat there and called everyone idiots and we're so dumb and we think we know. This is okay, whatever. As long as they watch, it doesn't matter. I'll wait. Like, are you really though? Because it doesn't give grateful. It really fucking doesn't. Anyway, I also called DV related receipts, quote, T, which I am sorry for. I offered to pay Emily when I should not have. I was not upfront with my viewers from the start about the agreement which was made, and I am sorry for that. I am also sorry to my wonderful viewers who have been disappointed by the attitude I showed in the Discord messages you saw. I am resolved to never make these mistakes again and to learn from this. Thanks, everyone. Yep, that's the PayPal. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it's just the PayPal receipt. And this is what? Oh, this is just showing how much money the video made, right? Okay. All right, well, let's go into the comments. Let's do comment time. This is the comments for the first post, and then we'll take a peek, like a quick peek at the second post too. It says, no matter what happened, I'm really happy that Beck is getting some support financially. Beck will wipe their tears with banknotes now. That's so funny. See, like, yeah, this. If you weren't being a clown in Salty Crabs and others' comment sections like 2 days ago, I may have believed you were somewhat apologetic. Lying is futile, Rachel X. Because that's what I mean. Like, that's another why I don't believe all this. Because it really doesn't seem like she wanted to send the money. It seems like she did everything she could. Oh, wait, yeah, so that she, so that Beck wouldn't see the message, so that she wouldn't have to send it. Because, okay, so, like, let's look at the message that she did say. It says, hey, Beck, I wonder if you'll see this message. I run a Gore World YouTube channel, and I need to chat with you about something. Let me know if you see this. Like, what kind of message is that? That is so, like... And I saw people talking about this quote, this first part, the quote, I wonder if you'll see this message. They were talking about the fact that those type of words usually will get filtered out in like Instagram messages anyway, right? So it just seems like she messaged the wrong account on purpose, or just chose for some reason not to message both accounts for some reason. Because why wouldn't you just message both of them? Already clearly didn't want to give up the money via, like, as evidenced in the Discord. Yeah, it's not looking good. And then in this message, it doesn't even say anything about what you want to talk about. Just say it. Right? Because this could just be about, like, oh, you want some tea. Oh, hey, River Song. I recognize that name. I've been seeing you in the comments a lot, girl. Hi. They said, if this had been your first and original apology, I would have maybe been able to believe it and maybe move on. I'm not sure. However, that first video was abysmal, and in my opinion, that's how you really feel. You do not care. You think we're all taking this too seriously, and this is only to save face. Yes, you're doing the quote right thing in the end, but it's too little too late for me. Yeah, that's really it. So many of you guys, you just leave like such great comments, like consistently all the time. Right, these weren't quote mistakes. This is part of who you are. This is your character. I'm sure there are more than enough people willing to believe you, and you can continue making money putting on your mask and persona in front of the camera. Right, she never intended to do this from the start. She fully intended on paying Emily. But as soon as she caught wind that she thought Emily and Amber were talking again, she got scared and pulled out. Ew. Yeah, maybe apologize to Salty too. All she did was clock something that wasn't right. Yeah, and you were being a dickhead in her comment section. Remember when you said you didn't regret and wouldn't apologize for having opinions on creators whose content you consume? Now it's, quote, I made catty comments I shouldn't have. Okay, girl. You know what makes the whole Rachel situation worse? The amount of money she wanted to keep. Well, at a certain point, I think it got to a point where she realized, like, oh, I am actually not going to be able to keep making money because they're not going to keep watching whether or not they hate me or love me. So, and then I felt like, well, now that she knows that in the future she's just not going to be making that kind of money anymore, she kind of panicked and was like, wanted to keep it. I want to see your texts with Emily. We do. All right, let's go to the other one. It's not every day that we learn the price of a disgraced YouTuber's dignity. Thanks for sharing. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Like $3.5 grand is not enough. I think another reason why, because like I was saying, like $3.5 grand, it's not like it's not a lot of money, but it's just not enough. And then if you consider, like, she's lost like 10K subs at this point, if you consider all the views that those 10K subs would have gotten her per video, like for however many years she would have been in Girl World, like, I don't know, like that, I feel like it has to be way more than $3,500, no? So, like, why? Like, I definitely just don't get it. And that's another reason why it's so confusing to me to see them saying that and then doubling down on, like, oh, if only they knew all the money I've made, they would do even worse things. Like, no? The fuck? Like, not only is it not worth, like, going back on your word, your morals, your integrity, but it's also just not worth, like, the long-term, like, cost of it all. But then again, I guess she really didn't think there was a cost. She really, for some fucking reason, thought that people were just gonna keep watching, regardless of anything. Like, no. The fuck? Oh, I just think it's funny that when you first posted your mess up with Emily, you only lost like 500 subs. Then I'm sure you felt that wasn't too bad and got cocky. You doubled down in Discord and started being snarky and rude. Then all the receipts on you get dropped and you lost 10K subs in a few days. That probably caught your attention and made you panic about the real fallout coming your way. So you post this in payback, hoping you can stop the bleeding of subs you have going on. This doesn't feel genuine, this feels performative. Redemption is always possible, but you have to earn people's trust back, and that may be impossible to do with the reputation that you created for yourself. Good luck. Yeah. That's kind of like this middle part, it's alluding, it reminds me of what I was saying before. Like, I think she really didn't want to give that money to Beck because she was seeing what was happening and she was panicking and wanted to keep it at that point because she knew it wasn't going to be like, you know, like it was. Yeah, here we go. Destroying your reputation for 3.5K is actually pathetic. 3.5K that she doesn't even get to keep at this point. Oh my god. See, that's... Imagine doing all that to make $3,500 and then at the end of the day, you don't even get to keep that money. I mean, it's only right? But, like, imagine how, like, gutted she feels. No wonder she didn't want to give that money to Beck. Are you gonna address the snarky comment you made on Salty Crab's video, or... No, she probably won't. She made that comment before she released her video and did not mention it at all in the video, so... Flirting and trying to secretly pay a... God damn it. A Grim Feeder and destroying your reputation for 3.6K is wild. Someone said, wrap it up. Alright. That's so funny. But, I think I will, actually. This video is getting a little bit long. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. And as always, I will see all of you tomorrow.